Welcome into the Week 14 edition of Top Dawgz NFL Style. Mark Zeno alongside Jeremy Kahn. Thanks for tuning in here to Pick Dawgz YouTube and pickdawgz.com. We are deep into the NFL season, so we appreciate you guys tagging along all season long as we have done throughout the entire NFL season here, Jeremy and I. 5 picks, show best bet for you guys. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so every week on Fridays when the show comes out, you guys can be alerted to it. Smash that thumbs up and leave us a comment below because Jeremy loves to hear how much you guys really like this show, and I know he does.
I just like hearing how much everybody loves you because I'm glad the rest of the world is finding out what I already knew.
Heard that on the inside, I'm a wonderful person. On the outside, I'm lacking and really terrible. Anyway, so it's been I got to tell you, man, I mean, it's just some of these NFL games are just absolutely gut punch, man.
Yeah.
Losing the Falcons last week on my card was really irritating. Really, really irritating. I keep going back to low with that stupid team. I don't know why. Then I finally bet on the Titans last week. All season long, I'm like, nope, not doing it. I'm like, finally, this is the spot. This is the spot. Jacksonville's overvalued. They're laying 6 on the road. Finally do it. God, the Titans stink.
Yep. Well, Mark, I had similar things that you did. I had the Browns going for it on 4th and 1 on their own 33. Why? Still so much time left to go in the game. But anyway, and I don't even think I can really gripe about that. I did have the Chargers under. They punch in a meaningless touchdown when I think they probably could have ran out the clock. I had the under on Monday night, and you get a 94-yard punt return and then the late field goal.
Oh, sorry. It was Sunday night I had the under, and then, of course, it goes to overtime.
Oof. Yeah. But, I mean, I had a couple good calls on Sunday. Sunday was still kind to me. Saturday, I kissed my sister. Friday wasn't good for me this past week.
Your sister's kind of cute.
I know. Well, I met her at a family reunion, so all bets are off with my family there.
What's that line from Full Metal Jacket? I want to slide my tube steak into your sister. What do you give me for it?
Yeah, I mean, we have so many of these West Virginia inbred jokes because I got a lot of family from there, so it's nice. I have first cousins that are together, by the way.
By the way, what the hell happened to your freaking Ravens on Thanksgiving night? What a kick in the balls that was.
I mean, if you want me to go off on this, I will. Listen, the greatest advantage in the NFL is a home game on a Thursday night, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The travel, one day to get ready.
Yep.
Then another great advantage would be playing a team that has the worst defense in the history of the league.
The worst DVOA in the history of the NFL.
Yes. And then there's this other added thing is that their quarterback's finally coming back, and he's got some heavy-ass boot on his foot that he keeps taking off every time he goes to the sideline. But for whatever reason, you ran in 2 30-yard touchdown runs, and you decide you don't want to run the football. It's the only 2 touchdowns you scored. You scored 14 points against the worst defense in the history of this league on a short week. Embarrassing.
They're bad, man.
They're going to win this week, though.
Well, I hope not, because now I have my Steelers ticket because
I know it's live. It's live again.
Live. Ravens losing on Thursday. It was like if they would have won, I wouldn't have cared. I'd be like, it's dead. Doesn't matter. Ravens going to beat them anyway. So,
well, the playoff odds that were put out is if whoever wins this game has like a 74% chance of making the playoffs, and whoever loses, it's like a 21% chance of making.
Well, the last game of the year is the one in Pittsburgh, so we'll see how it shakes out. All right, let's get to the card this week. 5 games, show best bet. We'll start here with the aforementioned Bengals and the Bills. See the number there. Bills continue to lay this ugly 5.5. It's like 4th or 5th time I've seen them in that the 5.5, 6, not 6.5, 7, 5.5, 6, in a total of 52.
Not 6, 7? Oh, sorry.
6, 7. Just do that with my kids all the time. I just. I'm not backing the Bengals. Like, the Bengals are not getting my money. Period. I don't care what they did on Thursday night. And you know what? Stanford Wallen could take the half point and stick it up his ass. I'd tease the Bills down to a pick 'em. Or a +0.5. Right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying about this, and I just want to tell people this so they know. I don't want people to get confused that Joe Burrow's back and all of a sudden the Bengals are good. They're not. For me in this game, there's only 2 bets. It's Buffalo or the over. I can't trust this defense to do what it did last week. And, oh, by the way, I think the Ravens shot themselves in the foot more times than the Bengals made something happen. And Buffalo's defense can be leaky. So I think we might see points here.
It's like a bad maxi pad.
Yeah, a little leaky. Ooh. Yeah. What was that Larry the Cable Guy said? Hey, can you get me in the tampon 400? I'll pull a few strings and see what I can do.
I mean, is there Buffalo's team total? Is there a world where that would excite you?
Yes. Because, I mean, look, I think they're dropping 30, and it's got to be right around that number.
I mean, they score more at home, right?
Yeah.
Let me see right now.
While you're doing that, I'm going to check some weather stuff.
29.5. Is it snowing in Buffalo? Let's go, Buffalo.
Hopefully it's updated this week with the weather stuff I use.
Yeah, well, according to Jeremy Conway, it says 60% rain. There's only 6% chance of rain in your area.
No, there's 100% chance of rain for the entire, but a 60% chance that it hits in your area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Somebody said you were right on that. I'm like, okay, I believe him. But anyway,
did they?
I think Bill's great teaser option. You know,
I like that a lot. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that's the only way I'm going to go with the Bills at this point, or their team total. And I would even go further. I mean, it's a weird dynamic. I mean, you know me, I cut games in half all the time, right? And if I were to take the Bills' first half points, what is it, 14.5? Oh, that's even better. If they don't get to 17 in the first half, they're in trouble.
I'd be shocked. I mean, that's going to mean that the Bengals got stops on at least 2 drives, in my opinion. And I just don't see that.
Field goals. Like, I mean, it's got to be Buffalo or pass.
And here's the other thing. We're at the point now where you have to start looking at the teams that you're betting on and saying, okay, what do they have to play for? Because right now, teams like Kansas City, Houston, Buffalo, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, it's playoff football starting now.
Yep.
Because, you know, you can't afford to lose a game. Now, you probably can. You just don't know when.
Right.
But you can't take that chance because everybody's hovering around the same record and the tiebreakers with all these teams playing one another. Who knows what it's going to be?
Conference record comes into play. So the conference games are more important. If you're playing an out-of-conference game at this point, you know, usually doesn't happen. But, you know, on the off chance it does, it's just like, you know, there's a lot at stake here. But I would never get to Cincinnati. Cincinnati would not get my money here, period. So, all right. Interesting game for your former first love, the Indianapolis Colts, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look at that. Tease the Bills and the Jags up to 7.5 and call it a day.
I like it.
I
mean, I think the Jags are winning this game.
They're much better at home. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, factor in the other part of it. I don't know. Did you get to see the Colts this week? Like Daniel Jones?
Yeah, because I bet on the Texans, so I did.
Yeah. Lateral issues. And again, I don't think he played poorly or he was off, but running was a big part of his game.
Well, it's not even that. Like, again, the big thing is for me is how much success will Jonathan Taylor have? That's ultimately what it boils down to here. Because if he is having success on the ground, and Jacksonville's got a pretty good run defense. I got to check the numbers, but from what I remember, it's pretty good. But, you know, I mean, if Jonathan Taylor is able to move, right?
Yeah.
Then you're fine. But his last 2 games against Kansas City and Houston, 58 yards and 85 yards. I mean, the game that they lost to Pittsburgh, he had 45 yards. Like, it's not hard to figure out the formula.
No. And, you know, here's the other thing, too. When you're looking at this Colts team, their defense was really good at the start of the year. It's been leaky as of late. They just lost Sauce Gardner for a period of time. Don't know if it's – everybody was saying Achilles. They're saying calf, so maybe he could come back at some point. But – yeah, I mean, they've been giving up big numbers to tight ends. I love Brendan Strange for an anytime touchdown.
And right now, the Jaguars are giving up the fewest rushing yards in the league. I mean, the way to beat them is through the air. It is. But you can't eliminate Jonathan Taylor from the game.
Mark, what did we say last week? That Houston was going to come in, try to take away Jonathan Taylor. We said it when they played the Chiefs, too. They're going to come in, try to take away Jonathan Taylor, and we'll see how Daniel Jones reacts. And in all 3 of those games, I mean, I thought he was fine this past week, but he didn't do enough to help him win. Yeah, I mean, he's been just kind of average. He's looked like Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and look, the other thing, too, for me in this game is game script, right? Like, you can't forecast turnovers. Obviously, they're going to play a big part in it. But forcing the Jaguars to chase, if the Colts get an early lead, I would like them a lot more. I mean, I'll add this nugget. Home dogs less than 2 cover around 80% of the time. Mm-hmm. That's just because it's, you know, home teams used to have such an advantage. I don't know if that number holds in the last, 3 to 5 years. But when we were kids, Home dogs less than 2 were automatically circled as soon as the card came out.
Yes. You always love those spots. Home dogs were barking at that point. But the other thing I wanted to throw out, Brian Thomas Jr. came back, and he finally looked like Brian Thomas Jr. because I don't know what the hell was going on the first few weeks of the season, because I thought this was like a huge breakout year where he elevates himself. And we all know he's good, but into that upper echelon. And it was anything but that.
I mean, the other part of it, too, is that now with Hunter not on the field, like, he's the only legitimate threat in the passing game. So, it changes things a little bit. Trevor Lawrence is mid, as the kids say, but he's better at home, and the Jags are better at home. I would never bet on the Jags on the road, hence why I bet on Tennessee last week like an idiot, but I would bet on them at home. I think that, teasing option is great.
Do you think he uses herbal essence or like Vidal Sassoon?
You just brought out Vidal Sassoon. I don't even think that's around anymore. Are we that old?
If you don't look good, we don't look good.
Yeah, well, we don't look good. Look at you and me.
Calgon, take me away.
Jesus.
Oh, wait a minute.
Are you a woman?
Where's the beef?
Are you a woman?
All right.
Jags are pass here, right? What about the total? Is it total? I mean,
I think it's scary because then you're talking about how much better Jacksonville's defense has been playing, and it's valid. If the Colts aren't running the football efficiently and they're forced to throw and make them one-dimensional, are they going to put up points on Jacksonville? I mean, I think the way to attack Jacksonville is through the air. But again, that's why I'm staying away from this total, because nothing really jumps out at me. I think the number's just right. I think it's Jacksonville or pass.
Yeah, see, first half total is sitting at 23.5. I think the over favors the Colts. I think they're a better offense. Yeah. And that's what it boils down to. Because if the Colts score early, right, you talked about their defense being leaky. If they score first, they're going to have the ability to take more chances on defense, try to get after Lawrence and everything else. But I also think that they can give up on defense. I mean, it really just kind of depends, on how the Colts start. If the Jaguars get out to a lead, I don't like the formula because you're taking more of Jonathan Taylor out of the game even more. And that's not what you want to see.
No.
So, but Jags definitely a great teaser option. All right. Well, I'll turn it over to you for this one.
Yeah, look, Ravens 10 days ago.
42.5. These two offenses stink.
Yeah. Well, and it's not like the defense has been much better, but I would say the Ravens have been the better group of that. And I do think they're getting a little healthier. They're getting a couple players back this week. They won't have their best corner in Nate Wiggins, but does it matter against this Pittsburgh passing game? That's right, Pittsburgh. I don't know that it matters that much. I understand rivalry games. Everybody talks about it, where it's like these games, it always ends in 3 points one way or another. Throw out the records.
I was going to bring that up. Like prior to last year, when the Ravens won them both 34-28, 28-14, right? Well, I'm sorry. They won the 34-17 game was in the regular season. I think the other one was the playoff game, right? I'm seeing 28-14. Was that a playoff game last year?
I think.
Yeah, it was. The regular season games between these two teams, I think you have to go. First of all, I think there's only been 20 points scored, more than 20 points scored, I think 3 times in the last 16 iterations between these two teams, right? So nobody gets above 20 in these games. And they're usually decided by a field goal. I mean,
and the Steelers historically, for whatever reason, have done a good job against Lamar. Like, it's the one team I'm going, I don't even see what they're doing, but it's kind of working.
Lamar's not healthy. He's clear. He sailed so many passes in that game last week. He was awful. Like, I'm not going to sit here and bring up the whole now he's a bad passer and he's inaccurate, but
but those dudes are coming out of the woodworks now. Hey, I told you.
Of course, yeah. 8 years later, he's still a bad passer. He's got 2 MVPs in his back pocket, but he's a bad passer. Asinine take. Regardless of that, he's clearly not healthy. The hamstring is still bothering. That's the only thing. He doesn't miss guys that badly, that often, I should say.
And guys, it has to be like, we were talking about this and some people were like, oh, it's his leg. He throws with his arm. And it's like, hey guys, do you understand what you do with your body? Sit in the chair and throw a football and then stand up and throw it when you can plant your feet and see which one works better. It does affect you, and he's got to figure out a way to get through this. And I still go back to this, Mark. Isaiah likely doesn't drop the ball through the back of the end zone. They don't call the pass interference on Zay Flowers, which, I mean, it's hand fighting, but okay, then call it the other way. Maybe Lamar's game doesn't look as bad as it was, and who knows, like the turnovers late. Maybe the Ravens realize they have a running back they could use.
That Zay Flowers touchdown cost me my fantasy game.
Mark,
He's only got one touchdown this year, and it was in week 1.
Yeah. Mark, my big prop play thing was I told everyone, I put it in the group chat over here on the morning show of Pick Dawgz. I said, guys, take Isaiah Likely over receptions, over yards, and I like him for an anytime touchdown.
Yep.
As I'm watching it, it scores, and then you see the replay, and you're like, holy hell, not this.
Did it really just happened?
Yeah.
This has been you never dive for the goal line unless it is 4th down, period, ever. Like football players will tell you that. Never dive for the goal line unless it's 4th down.
Do you think they should change that rule?
No, I don't, because you should not be rewarded for fumbling the football and not getting it back. That's your reward for fumbling.
But any other place you fumble it out of bounds, it's your ball where it went out.
What? Any other place you actually have to, other than the end zone, you have to put your body part to actually hold the ball. Like it's the only part of the field where if I stick the ball out, it counts. Yeah. Right? I could be 6 feet tall, and I only need 1 inch of me, 1 inch of my arm extended for the ball to break the plane. It's different rules in the end zone. That's the reality of it. So you
Mark,
can't.
You could go up to 4 inches, right?
Sometimes even bigger than that. But I mean, my gut says take the Steelers just because the number, it's a dead number. Do we believe the Ravens? I mean, who have the Ravens beaten by a touchdown this year? Anybody?
They beat the Bears. They beat
covered that game.
The Vikings.
They beat the Browns by more than a touchdown.
But even that game was close throughout.
They beat the Dolphins by more than a touchdown. But like, come on. I don't know. I have a hard time.
Look, I respect this rivalry so much, Mark. But I've been watching the Steelers team. It's not like I'm sitting here telling you the Ravens are good.
They're not good.
But they're so bad in so many places. Like, it's like pick your poison of what you want to do. Cincinnati may have the worst defense in the history of the league, but if they weren't around, we'd be talking about this Pittsburgh defense going, there's good players, right? What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I'm probably going to stay off the game altogether because I don't trust either team. And Pittsburgh has like no vertical passing game. None.
Yeah.
Like if you're the Ravens, just, put 2 guys on Kennedy, put a spy in the middle of the field, another guy that follows Gainwell everywhere, and you're fine because they have no other passing game otherwise. All right. Bears and Packers. I'll say it again, man. I'll say it again because I had the Eagles last week, and I don't care. The fact that odds makers keep making this Bears team that's in first place a touchdown underdog should tell you all you need to know about how freaking fugazi. I'm actually getting mad at this. I can't wait to bet against this Bears team in the playoffs. I cannot wait to bet against this Bears team in the playoffs.
I think this is the absolute nut spot this weekend to bet. I mean, look, you've got the number 1 seed in the NFC going on the road, and they're almost a touchdown underdog.
It tells you all you need to know, in my opinion.
It tells me that everybody has been right about the Bears, that they're good, but they're not where they should be. No. They're a playoff team. They're taking that step forward, but there still needs to be some work done on both sides of the ball. But in this point, you're seeing it. Like the Packers, that was a big win last week, but there's nothing we've seen here recently to say that you should be a touchdown over this team, except for when you look at level of competition and who you played and you start to realize, wait a minute, it's not the same thing. Like this Ravens team was favored over the Bears by a touchdown when they had 2 wins.
I mean, the just for perspective, the 6-5-1 Cowboys have a better point differential than the Bears do. And the Baltimore Ravens, who are 6-6, which is 3 games worse, okay, are only 10 points behind the Bears in point differential. Ravens are at -4, Bears are at +6, and that includes a 37-point blowout that the Ravens took at the hand of the Texans without Lamar Jackson. So, like, again, the Packers hit it and don't think twice.
Yeah, and I think the problem here is, and look, I like Caleb Williams as a quarterback, and I think he's going to get better. But I don't think he's played. If you look deeper in the numbers, he hasn't played all that great this season, and he's been in a phenomenal offense.
There's been complaints about. I mean, even Ben Johnson was talking about the Bears' passing game needing to be better. And so, I don't. There's not a lot of confidence for me in the Bears. I would tell you, I'd take the over here. I think that number's low.
Yeah, and well, the other thing to point out too, Mark, is Chicago's not doing the Green Bay's defense. By the way, back-to-back road games for them. Not doing that to the Packers defense. They're going to stop the run up front. Look at what they did against Gibbs and Montgomery in that game. They're very formidable up front, and I don't see that happening. So it means Caleb Williams is going to have to win the game. I don't see that happening against this Packers team.
Caleb Williams to throw an INT. What do you feel?
I like that.
Do you?
Yeah, he's got to throw.
He's
got to chuck.
You're not going to get You're not going to get me to put a lot of faith in this Packers team at all. I'm sorry, in this Bears team. Caleb Williams throwing an interception. Yes, is plus 126. Give me some of that at plus money, baby. Okay, good talk, Russ.
No, hey, I don't know if you're moving to the next game or not. Like with the Packers, I mean,
I only scrolled because you didn't say anything. I was here waiting for a response. Okay, you're not going to talk. I'm going to move on to the next one. That's Jeremy's sign to keep it moving. Thank you. Okay. Sunday night, Texans and Chiefs. Oh, God.
We're here again.
We are here again. And I've been in this spot several times at the Chiefs this year, and I've been wrong every freaking time betting on them in this spot.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I put it this way. Here's the other thing that's on the line in this game. If the Chiefs lose, they're eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah. And Andy Reid wants to tickle your tonsils.
He does?
That's what he said. You didn't hear that quote?
No, I did not.
It was great because he started chuckling afterwards because, Andy, what do you mean by that? He said that the Chiefs are going to win out and get into the playoffs and tickle everyone's tonsils.
Okay, yeah. Maybe they might win this game. But look, if they lose it, that means they lose the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Texans. They've lost the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Bills. And that means the Bills who sit in the 7th spot, they're going to have to jump both of those teams losing the head-to-head tiebreaker.
Head-to-head tiebreaker with Jacksonville lost too.
Yeah, and they lost that one too. But Jacksonville technically sits in the 3 spot right now.
But I'm saying,
yes, right. If Jacksonville falls and the Colts, let's say the Colts win this week, then that's
the same record. Yes,
that they have to jump over, losing the head-to-head. So this is an elimination game for Kansas City. It 100% is. I don't like the Texans. The Texans' record in KC, I think, is bad too.
Well, yeah, it includes the playoffs where they got spanked there quite a bit, right?
That game where they're up 21-0 and blew it.
Yeah. Well, can I
go ahead?
While you're looking that up, let me kind of lay it out to you what I see and see if it changes your mind on it at all. But like the Texans have always struggled in Indy. That's a huge win to go on the road against your division rival to put you back in the playoff picture. And it's an emotional game to come down from, to go to a place on back-to-back road games to play a team that can't afford to lose. And it's not like any other team that can't afford to lose. You've got the guy that's gone to the Super Bowl every single year he's been in the league. So
go ahead.
And on top of it, this run defense and what Kansas City's done to opposing running backs. Look at how difficult they've made life on quarterbacks that need their running game, because they've just totally taken the running game out of it. I don't know that C.J. Stroud is ready with that offensive line to throw this team to a win.
Yeah. In the Patrick Mahomes era, which started 2018, is that when it was? 2017?
18.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Same year as Lamar, right?
Right.
They've
lost 5 straight in the series. Okay. That includes 2 playoff games. They've lost 4 straight in Kansas City. The last time they won in Kansas City was 2019. They won 31-24. And so I don't like them in this spot, but laying 3.5 with the Chiefs just is not, I'm not there.
One other thing to throw in, and I know you don't like the term mini bye, but what have we said about Andy Reid off the bye week? And now he's had 10 days to get ready for this after a tough loss to the Cowboys. I mean, I think everything points at the Chiefs this week as being the team to bet on.
And the Chiefs defense is much better at home too. I just, that 3.5 is probably, I mean, I guess I could theoretically just buy the hook and live with the push.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you're not paying an extra 10 cents. So you're probably paying an extra 20 cents. They might make that hook minus 130 would be my guess.
Well, if it only costs 20 cents, give me 5 of them.
Okay. There you go. A whole doll hair. I agree with you. I think the Chiefs are the right side. Part of me wants to see them lose this game because I just like watching them squirm. It's fun. But I don't know that there is a legitimate way that the Texans are going to win this game. That offense is so bad.
Yep.
It is so bad. And C.J. Stroud hasn't made it better. Like it was almost better with Davis Mills. I'm not going to lie. Like there's a certain level of Davis Mills gives me a lot more confidence, would make me think longer and harder about the Texans.
You know what it makes me wonder in this game too is Derek Stingley's been the best cornerback in football this year. I think 5 games he's held his the wide receiver he's faced to 10 yards or less. He's really locked in, but I'm wondering how they're going to use him because it's not really a guy you can match up with Rashee Rice with how much he moves around the field because they do these jet sweeps. They've got him in motion. They've got him, outside as an X. He's all over the place.
Yeah. Well, apparently so is his driving, Rashee Rice, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Yeah, that's my best recommendation. Buy the hook and take KC. That 3.5 scares the hell out of me in this matchup. I would expect it to be low scoring and defense. It's interesting that they set it, where they put it at 42.5 because 41 is the key total, right? And that ought to tell you that extra point in the total to me screams a lot that 3.5 may make a difference here. And all it takes is one stupid kicker to miss an extra point or something like that, throws what would be a normal, 24-20 kind of game into a 23-20 kind of game. And all of a sudden, guess what? You're on the wrong side. So it just feels like a lot of pit. I agree with everything you said about the Chiefs and that being the right side and all the reasons to do it. Look, I played Andy Reid off a bye this year. Didn't they get beat off a bye?
Yeah, we lost it with this year.
We did. So I don't know if that holds true. I mean, look.
It's not going to happen twice this season.
Yeah, it's not going to happen twice, is it? Yeah, never. Never in a million years. So I don't know. It's not an easy game to say the least. One we're going to sit back and enjoy. That's for sure on Sunday night. So, all right, that brings us to show best bet time. And we're going to get gross and ugly here, Jeremy.
Ooh, I like it.
And we are going to go to Las Vegas, where the Denver Broncos are playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Denver, okay, has won 2. Here's the crazy thing about Denver. They've won 2 games this year by more than 1 score. All right. That was a 28-3 win over the Bengals and a 20-point win, 44-24 over the Cowboys. Go back to point differential for a second here because this is kind of crazy. They are plus 66. So 45 of their 66 points, that's the differential, is in 2 games. They have 8 wins by a combined 21 points. Do the math on that. They're not winning this game by 2 scores.
Yeah, I mean, look, they play so many close games.
At home by more than 2 scores.
And another situation here where we got them coming off of Sunday night football.
Sunday night football and travel. Yep.
Travel. They're going back on the road again. Division rival. And I know what people are going to think about the Raiders. They have not looked good. I get it.
No, they haven't. I get it.
But, still with Bowers and Genti, you've got options there. And if they get a tired defense, this Broncos team, for how good that defense is, has given up points. I mean, go look at Sunday night. How did that happen?
And Marcus Mariota's terrible. How many times in that game did he just throw to a spot in the field where literally nobody was? The ball just sailed and all you saw was a green space and it wasn't a single player in the television camera. Awful. And you gave up 27 points to that dude.
Yeah.
So I don't think Geno Smith is much better than Mariota. Maybe slightly, but I don't know. As long as he doesn't turn the ball over, that's the big thing.
Yep.
What we're betting, here's the handicap. If Geno Smith and the Raiders don't turn the ball over, they're covering this number. It's that simple. Because, Max Crosby and company are going to make Bo Nix's life hell all night long.
Bobo?
What's that?
Bobo?
I'm a Bobo. So we hope he is a Bobo as we got our Denver, the Las Vegas Raider rather, as our show best bet. Do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button once again. Go to Jeremy and my page, premium page over at Pick Dawgz. Grab a 3-day pass, grab a 7-day pass. Put us together over the weekend. Jeremy and I are like peanut butter and jelly. We go together like lamb and tuna fish.
You prefer spaghetti and meatball?
You're more comfortable with that analogy? All right, that'll do it for Top Dawgz NFL edition. If you guys missed it, go check out the college edition. It's the final edition of the year. That comes out on Thursdays as we hit conference championship weekend. But we will be back next week for the NFL edition, week 15 of Top Dawgz. Again, thanks for joining us here on Pick Dawgz YouTube. Go get premium packages from me and Jeremy. Good luck with all your bets on Sunday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, goodbye.